Hello, folks. As you probably know by now, I'm County Commissioner Steve Davis, and this is another in a series of opportunities the Commission is trying to share information with people and kind of let you know what's going on. Last time I had a chance to do one of these, we talked a little bit about some down in the weeds financial stuff, and I got a couple people saying, I really bored them to tears with that one, so sorry, it's a big part of what we do. I guess one of the things I just wanted to touch base on today is this concept of solar farms. Very controversial, going to become more controversial as the months roll on here and we get into probably next year. There are three outfits, developers if you will, that are proposing to build solar farms here in Fairfield County. Two up in the Liberty and Walnut Township area, and then there's one out in the Amanda Township area that are being proposed. Not that long ago, maybe a year or two, the state kind of changed the law as it relates to these things and really gave county commissioners a seat at the table, so to speak, in terms of dealing with the process for approving or not approving potential developments like solar farms. So, what that seat looks like is a seat on the Ohio Power Siting Board, which historically is the entity at the state level that would approve or disapprove generation projects, like whether it's natural gas plants or pipelines or coal plants or whatever. And of course now with solar kind of becoming a big thing, they'll be in that process as well in terms of approving or not approving these things. And so under Senate Bill 52, in the township in which a project would be situated, one of those trustees or their designee gets a seat on the Power Siting Board, and one of the three commissioners or our designee gets also a seat on the Power Siting Board. I kind of look at that Power Siting Board process as a little bit quasi-judicial. There'll be evidence and testimony and people who are in favor of something and people who are against something, and public hearings and a lot of process associated with that. And one of the things I think about in thinking about that as that kind of quasi-judicial process is I just want you to imagine that there's a trial coming up next week. And somebody's accused of something, they're presumed innocent, there's going to be a trial with witnesses and evidence and testimony. Imagine that's scheduled for next week and the judge comes out today and says, well, we're going to have a trial this week, but after the trial we're going to hang the guy. In a movie or something, we'd think, oh, that's really funny or entertaining or whatever. In real life, we would probably lose a lot of respect for that judge who announced his decision, so to speak, before the trial, before the evidence, before the witnesses, before the testimony. And so one of the things we're thinking about as we're getting contacted quite a bit from residents, say, for example, who are very opposed to solar farms, getting a little bit of contact from residents who think their property right is to do what they want with their property, and we shouldn't interfere with that. Out of the three projects that we're aware of that I mentioned, two of the developers have contacted us. One of them I've never heard of and haven't heard from them. I don't think the commissioners, myself included, should be taking a position on any one of these projects before we've heard any evidence or had any process associated with it. I think we need to be doing our homework, researching these issues, listening to what folks have to say to us for commissioners to be involved in that. And we're going to do our level best to learn just as much as we can from all the different sources and resources that are available to us. And then when it comes down to it, try to make a good decision. As this bubbles up, I think it's important to keep in mind, none of these developers have yet filed an application with the Ohio Power Siting Board to do these projects. So one of the things we also think about is which of these projects is real and going to happen, and which of these projects is just being kind of navigated and thought about maybe happening someday. So we're not going to get too wrapped around this axle until there's actually an application pending, and then a process that we can participate in. So maybe you've heard about these things, maybe you haven't, but you're going to. Anyway, I hope you all are doing well. As always, I really appreciate the opportunity to be your county commissioner, and I hope you have a good day.